Hey, what it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the OndeckTV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown. Follow me. Follow your boy. Let me say that. Animal
Easy
_
for you
Brown.
to say.
Animal _ Brown if you're looking for me on social media.
I am Spike Lou on the same social sites. Make sure you go check us out and the OndeckTV podcast page on Instagram and YouTube.
Absolutely, man. Producer Mxtra was good.
It's your boy Mxtra, the Minister of Culture, is in the building, fresh off sabbatical. You know what the fuck going on.
Sabbatical.
What you have on deck for the holiday?
Well refreshed. Got to do a little pod. I don't know where that audio went to. Someday we'll drop it for you guys with Chris Platty and Nick and you. That was pretty cool. My birthday came and went when we were off. I chilled for Thanksgiving. Got to cook a little bit and do my thing.
You cook?
Yeah, of course.
That's fine.
Cold in the kitchen.
Chef Lou, huh?
Yeah, 100%. Ask about me.
What you make? The cranberry sauce?
I
Big
made
cap.
everything.
Open the can to the cranberry
It don't
sauce.
matter. Whatever you want me to make, I can make it.
You made
I can
the
get it
stuffing.
done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can get it done.
Oh, so that's why she keep you around.
Hey, one of many reasons. One of many reasons.
He made the stuffing.
What'd you have up?
Man, shout out to the Thanksgiving, man. Family came in town.
That's a nice shirt. Man.
Hosted X-Men, man. Marvel, we out here.
Just the colors. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, family came in. Shout out to Mom Dukes.
How Mom Dukes, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to family. That was good. Never hosted a Thanksgiving before. First time in the A hosting it. So
Did you cook?
Absolutely not.
You made them people eat vegetarian stuff?
Nah, hell
I
no.
was gonna say.
You gotta cater.
Honey baked ham, shouted.
Nice. I was going to say, boy, you'd be an evil person to invite people to your house and feed them a vegetarian
The tofurkey?
That's just...
Oh my gosh.
I seen, what's the Irishman?
Yeah.
Fire.
Is it?
Jesus.
Fire. You still don't see it?
Nah, not yet.
This
I'm
nigga
going to break
done
it down in sections.
See, man, that's you watched Endgame 11 times.
And I might watch it for
And
12.
it's 4 hours long, but you got to break this down in sections?
Absolutely. You know, these type movies are
Fuck
more
outta
slow burns than the
Nah, you gonna
action-packed
be-
Marvel joints.
It's about 30 minutes too long. I ain't going to lie.
That's
To
all I'm
be
saying.
completely honest, but it's a good-ass movie.
Speaking of that real quick, though, saw Queen and Slim, too.
Yes.
And it was fire.
Really?
Very good.
And I thought it was interesting that when I put up it was fire, somebody said, you're the first person that said it was good. And I was like, huh?
I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. I heard it was weird.
It's not weird, though.
I heard it was weird.
I
I don't get that.
You know what I found out with Queen
You
and Slim?
weird, though, so I can understand why you would be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Spring Breakers is the best movie ever.
That's a classic. Go ahead.
Right. See?
Oh my God.
See?
But what I found out about Queen and Slim is a lot of people don't know shit about the movies.
Well, I mean,
That's
what
I
you
found out.
mean?
A lot of people just don't know what good cinema is.
So,
That's
y'all are
possible.
saying it's good based off storyline, like what's
Yeah,
The whole nine.
It was just
Gotcha.
it was
It's
a,
a good
it was a
film.
well-rounded film.
Gotcha.
it was.
All right.
Yeah. So
Nothing weird about it.
No.
Okay.
I'm-
So when I put this shit in,
they
it's
had one.
weird.
They had one scene. I was like, okay, but other than that,
Really?
yeah.
We'll talk about that. 'Cause I don't know what that
I'll
is.
check it out.
What you have on deck?
Y'all check out Irishman, though.
Yeah, same thing. Thanksgiving with the fam. Kicked it here. Shout out went to the SWATs, Cascade. I went to see my parents, my aunt, cousins. Then I went to Pensacola for after that Friday and Saturday. Came back yesterday.
Got some
Saw
fun in
that.
the sun.
Yes. Shout out to the P-Cola, as they call it.
Wow.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah. Shout out Irishman
Shout
and
out
Queen and
P-Cola.
Slim. I was thoroughly satisfied with both. So yeah, had a great time.
There it is, man. We got an action-packed episode doing a double dose of album reviews. So for that reason, switching up the format just a little bit, we're going to kick it off with one of the albums. Let's do Fabolous Coldest Summer Ever, the Summertime Shootout 3 project.
Yeah, let's get this out of the way like Fabolous did.
Now,
He got this project out of the way, like fulfill whatever duties that he had.
Now, y'all know how we do it, man. Initial thoughts, expectations. Then we're going to give you our rating. In between that, the highlights and the lowlights. What were you expecting from this Fabolous? Did you have high, low, medium expectations?
I didn't think it would come out. I did say that on here because we've been waiting on this album since like Halloween of 2017. I think that was the first initial tease date for it. I mean, by this point in Fab's career, I kind of know what I'm going to get when I go into an album. So if I get anything different from that, I'm always pleasantly surprised. And as I digested this album, there was no pleasant surprise there. It was exactly what I expected to be, and I don't feel like the Fabolous put forth much effort into this album. What you think?
Yeah, see, now I was looking forward to this. I like both of the first Summertime Shootout joints, the first and the second one. And the thing is, those are more of a mixtape. Fab.
Yeah.
And so I was expecting a mixtape Fab with this Summertime Shootout 3. Now, initial thoughts, that ain't what this is. This is album Fab. And when you talk, this was for the younger listeners, several years ago when people came out with mixtapes, real mixtapes on mixtape sites and albums, their albums will be catered toward, selling records and having videos on 106 and Park.
Right.
It's mostly songs for the ladies in the club. And then your mixtape will be your hard shit, like your street shit, and you'd have a nice balance of the two. Fab is probably the logo for rappers who you don't really care for their albums, but their mixtapes be fire. He's the fucking mascot for that. This is, yet another example of him making an album that's just some look cool because he's swinging for the fences, looking for the radio hit, looking for the stadium record, the arena joint, the club song. He's trying to appease every lady in the world, including his old lady.
Mainly his old lady.
This is the Chance version of that shit he put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I got.
The older street version
there we
of
go.
Chance's album.
I heard Hitmaker 14 times on this album, bro. What are you like, dude?
That's why I said it was lazy,
bro.
Because Hitmaker was the producer.
On how many songs?
Because that's his guy.
See, Fabolous is very good at making the type of songs that you just explained.
Yeah.
At this stage in his career, at the age and the perspective that he should have, I don't need to hear that 14 times. So I think that's lazy. Because at the very end, and we'll get to it in the highlights.
For sure.
There were songs as to where he's giving introspective. He does this on soul tapes. He does this on mixtape, as you say. So my problem with it and why I do call it lazy is because he's not at a stage in his career where he got to swing for the fences for singles, bro. You're good. Just give us good music, dude. That's all we want. We don't want to hear you teamed up with fucking Hitmaker talking about songs to your girl for 13 tracks. Well, and maybe selfish of me.
I think you're exaggerating that a little bit, but I see
100%
I see both of you guys' points, and I just had this conversation with Jay earlier. This is what I dislike about Fabolous. Fabolous is the type of rapper that will go into the studio and say, I need a club record, I need a chick record, I need this record, I need that. And I hate that because it shows up clearly when he puts out an album. And that's why he's bad at making albums. And it goes back to what I was saying of why Game is a better artist than Fabolous. Because he knows how to make a better album. Fabolous he tried to structure it too much.
It was Game and Ross we were talking about, though, right? When we talked about that.
No, we talked about both. We talked about both of them. Yeah. But like I'm saying, it's like chick record, this, club record, this.
That's true.
That's what I hate about it.
It's formulaic.
But he's from that era, right? When you
that's what I'm saying.
That's a fact.
And I think, again, going to my point, I think it's lazy. Like, he knows, Fabolous is smart enough to know that you don't have to do that anymore. Right. But because he knows that it works, he doesn't. Man, and now we left with Summertime Shootout 3 where the nigga got Hitmaker on 14 songs.
This should have been called Summertime Makeout because, bro,
But the premise of Summertime Shootout was always based about women.
Fam, is dead a winner, though. Like, give me some hoodie music, my nigga.
Yeah, this hoodie music
I'm being selfish. I ain't gonna lie.
But my point is, that's why I don't think it was a bad album because I didn't go in with the expectations you guys did. Because I know the premise of the first Summertime Shootout to now. It's the same.
I thought it was a mixtape. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting some soul tape shit. Yeah. I was expecting, but when you're dealing with mixtape Fab, that's a different animal.
Yeah, but the soul tape series was purposely different from the summertime series.
I didn't get this type of feel from those other Summertime, and it's been a minute since I ran them back.
Yeah,
but I didn't get this. Like, bro, this is like he's literally trying to get a grand slam, and he, like you said, it purposely sounded like he was trying to make hit records. Yeah. When you're going to Hitmaker for 3, 4, 5 songs in a row, bro, he got A Boogie, Tory Lanez, YFN Lucci, Jacquees, Jeremiah, Ty Dolla $ign, PNB, all in a row.
But the A Boogie song was fucking fire.
No, I'm not saying
rapping it. He doing Fab.
Gone for the Summer is hard.
I'm not saying that the songs. I'm not even gonna say that they're trash. It's just it's the same song. But back to back.
What frustrates us as being older hip hop heads is that we know how good of an artist that Fab is. We know.
I'm 28.
We know that Fab can come if he wants to, and like those and dog years is fucking hilarious. But what's the last 2 songs that the last 2 songs, if we wanted to, he could have a CD where he's giving you that introspect.
First of the World and Too Late.
Too Late those aren't Time. Well, excuse me, Too Late and Frenemies. Excuse me. Those are my favorite tracks if we're going to go to standouts.
Go for it.
He can, like, structure an album around that premise and that theme, still sprinkle the lady shit in there at this stage in his career, and just give us a better project.
Right.
I
That's why
agree
people
with
love
what you
the soul
say
tape.
about Game.
Exactly. That's what soul tapes are for.
Yeah,
though.
like it's structured around something. It's
Right,
like
right,
the soul, like this shit. Like, man, I don't want to hear this nigga rapping to his girl. Bro.
Oh, no, this is structured around
You 42
something.
years old, my nigga. Y'all got problems at home. Take that shit to a therapist, dude. Come do your job in the booth and rap.
This was the makeup album. He did this to keep peace at the crib.
Like, okay,
Easily.
you're right. And even Hove did that on 444, but there was a premise around it. It was
true.
like, okay, boom, I fucked up. You know what? I want to tell y'all what I'm on. I'm on this loving my wife shit, the spiritual shit. I'm letting my hair grow out, my nigga. I'm into this business, this black business shit. Look what cheating on my wife brought me. Look where I'm at
And I
now.
almost blew it.
And I almost blew it.
Right.
This nigga, like, I don't know, like, I have no idea
He's
what this nigga
daydreaming.
was saying. Yeah, like, he daydreaming shit. Like, my nigga, like,
Oh,
what?
that record is fucking.
That's terrible.
terrible.
And
The
Lucci, my
name is
guy.
terrible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a reach.
what I'm saying.
He could have used that in a little bar. It would have been funny, but just making
It
a
would've
whole
been a
song
cool
around-
Instagram. Like,
It would've been cool if a woman made the record.
Yeah, like, come
or
on.
that,
Yeah.
or an Instagram caption that would have been funny.
And this ain't no even disrespect to Lucci. Like, if I'm Fab and a nigga like floating this song I did to me, an A&R or whoever, and they're like, we gonna put Lucci on this, we gonna call it back, man. Like, get out the studio, bro. Like, I ain't even like, I can't even believe you offended me.
No,
to
if
come with
if
that.
this the only one on there, then maybe
cool. If it's not the
you
last,
can finesse
one,
it.
Yeah, because
the 13th one.
Yeah, because from what? Well, if we start at from 6 to
11?
10, because I like options. So 6 to 10, I'm like,
That's
bruh.
one song. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
That's one.
It's like the
song.
same.
The
thing.
same song.
That's a formula. That's that he's trying to get on the radio. Please let one of these stick
Are we gonna
in the radio.
address the elephant in the room about Ty Dolla $ign? Y'all ready?
What about it? Talk to you. You trying to say he fell off?
Lazy hooks that he's been giving us this year.
He ain't really been cooking like that.
He's
though.
not been cooking at
I thought I
all.
was the only one that noticed.
He
it.
ain't really been
And I seen
cooking.
somebody
You want to speak
post
on
it.
it? I mean,
Because last year he was cooking.
Yeah.
Because he laced Kanye a couple of times at Kids See Ghosts. Like he was cooking.
He was asleep on it.
It's quiet this
Yeah,
year.
I can't think of nothing. He just came out on and just done his
he
thing.
must
and shit.
taking that drug program down here seriously because
Did.
you need to get back
He
on that
ain't been
coke.
smoking.
Yeah,
and
he
shit.
need to get back on
Just
that.
out of it.
Get back on that coke.
Jesus, he needs something.
Yeah, man. Give me your horses in the stable, man. I don't want to hear this. Ooh yeah, bullshit.
And
that song is
like
trash.
Ty has been bullshit.
That song is
I've
trash.
noticed that, yeah.
If we talking highlights, I do like. I thought it started off strong. I thought the intro was dope, and the bombs was
Oh,
dope,
yeah,
and the
the
talk
intro.
to me nicely was
Yes,
dope.
yeah.
However, he does have a Zion getting picked by the Knicks line that was clearly recorded
I can't
365 days ago.
be mad at that.
But I mean, that shit, you can't change the bar.
Just go to the studio, bro. Like, just mail it in.
That's
Do
not
it on
hard.
your phone.
Change the
nigga.
bar, right? Do a voice
my
note on your
gosh.
phone, bro, and let the engineer cook the rest.
Yeah, but 1 through 3 is hard.
But I'll say the beginning is tough, and then I will say I thought Insecure was dope, and Frenemies is fire.
Insecure want to skit at the end, right?
Yeah,
that
Yes.
shit was fucking hilarious.
That was hilarious. That was
one
funny
of
as
the
fuck.
highlights of the album.
Yes.
And the skit was a minute and a half long, and it was still funny
Still,
as fuck.
all of it was funny.
Yeah, I like
Nigga said, "You dick sucker."
I like
That
1
was
through
funny.
3. I like the Insecure record. I like Options and Frenemies, and I like Us versus the World.
Y'all like
That's
the song with Meek?
trash, bro. That's hard. This on Meek
I don't
hard.
like the song with Meek.
Song
Yeah, I
with
like
Meek
that.
hard. That bitch. That shit go up. And the song with Roddy Ricch is fire too.
Oh, yeah, that's what it. Frenemies then
Fire.
Time. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I like,
Frenemies Time. Yeah, I didn't. Us, yeah.
The Us vs. World is trash.
I like Frenemies and I like Too Late, and
Yes.
I like Cold Summer.
Yes.
The intro.
Cold Summer is hard.
Yeah,
He
intros,
spit.
yeah,
Now listen.
Fab doing what he do.
Oh, and I
like
forgot.
bombs.
Gone
bombs.
for the Summer is a hard track. Y'all flexing on that.
No, I'm not mad at it. Look, I'm not mad at the Tory Lanez joint, but it's just
If it had been like you say, one of one,
yeah,
then
that's
cool.
different.
Like when I first hear
But that's the best one out of them.
Gone
That's
for the
fair.
Summer, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right, it's cool. And then like I hear Seasons Change and Baby,
And you're like, okay, that's cool.
In my mind, I'm like, all right, goddamn, man, well, which one of them did you want me to hear?
And that leads me to my lowlights. I'm not here for auto-tune Fab, dog.
No.
Like he raps too well for this. Like, what are you doing, bro? He got auto-tune on at least 70% of this project.
gotta
And I
cut
was
that
like,
out, bro.
what the fuck?
I feel like ever since Ray J told Fab that he'll have a nigga kidnap him and like do whatever he said he'd do, that Fab been kind of like neutered. He don't go all the way to the line.
Nah,
For
he don't.
real, man.
He got off
I'm
Twitter because of that,
serious.
though.
Like, it seemed like a funny thing to
did.
say, but ever since then, I feel like he just plays
funny.
it safe, dude.
He
like,
does,
just
though.
like, even with this, it's like playing it safe. Like,
Say Ray J.
He got
Ray
off
J told
Twitter.
him, my
He got
nigga,
off Twitter
Ray J
because of that,
told him,
though.
Nigga, I have niggas come get you, bro. Like, you better
did.
quit with all that funny shit.
Because Fab used to be funny as
Man,
fuck
Fab
on
was,
Twitter.
Fab was like the best personality on Twitter.
Niggas was like, damn,
yeah,
Fab funny? Who
like,
knew?
Niggas thought it was a ghost tweeter, dude.
Yeah.
Fab was like one of the best tweeters
I
in
remember he
history.
did
And
that
ever
Dame
since that Ray J
Dash,
shit happened, he
reenactment.
was like, you know what, I'm cool, huh?
The Dame Dash reenactment in Def Jam. He went to the office.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, Fab had a personality. Now, listen.
When he was roasting Ray J.
That shit was
playing the
funny.
piano, like, man, that shit was fucking
Because
classic.
nobody had really peeped that at first.
Man, this nigga said he's just, sang for the champ.
Sing for the champ.
All right, that's reminding me of the Twitter hashtag going on, Twitter moments of the
Twitter
decade.
moments of the decade.
If y'all ain't on that hashtag,
Nah, that's some good. That's probably the best shit on Twitter in years.
do yourself a favor and scroll
Yeah,
through that for
just
about a good hour, and
Twitter
you're gonna be
moments of the
crying.
decades, man. It's gonna bring back some good memories.
In addition to not being completely over auto-tune Fab, we've beat it to death, but still, the songs, the singles are killing me. It's just too many. The Choosy with Jeremiah is fucking trash.
They're trying to chase that
Jesus.
Afrobeat. Rappers,
Bro, they're 3.5 years late, bro.
can I make a PSA?
Please.
Please leave this to Burna Boy and everybody who can
Fab
do it.
shouldn't even be.
They
That's
gotta
the wrong.
stop-
Like,
stop this.
why is Fab trying to do an Afro beat sound?
Bro, in
Because
2019.
it's hot.
bro.
Same reason, like that
It's
new
lazy.
Partying and Drake song's trash.
That song is trash.
Stop it.
It's
That
over
shit
with.
probably 3 years old.
The
bro.
Drake
That
and
nigga probably had that shit
Sway
for
Lee song is trash.
Yeah, it's trash.
That's whack.
Burna
bro.
Boy is the only one cooking right now with that. The only one.
You're alone on that too,
No,
though.
Burna Boy is fire. You're alone in your room. Go sit in the corner.
So where does Fab go from here? Before we go into ratings and what you guys give it, where does he go from here? Do we need? Because he took a break for a minute. This was delayed 17 times. We've been waiting on this for
gotta
a
keep
couple
coming.
of summers. Does he go back mixtape vibes next go around? Does he what does he do? Because he's been in Vegas. He be getting shows and shit.
I feel like if he gonna stay here in this like vicinity, then just do another soul tape. Like, I don't expect album to go all in and put balls to the wall for an album if you don't want to, because it don't seem like you want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? It seems like I can throw this together. I'm good at it.
He's
I can do
comfortable.
shows. I'm good, my nigga. I'm not trying to make a 444 or a classic at this age. I've done my just. But I do think that there's a version of Fab even in this lane that can give us a better music. Just for this age. Like,
Well, I
it
think-
just fits him more. Like, I just don't think this may have fit him like 10 years ago, 7 years ago. Like, throw it in the bag. Like,
Right.
if this had came out around throw it in the bag time, then I'd be praising him for this. Like, a dope ass album. It's just like he's past this stage to have to like.
Let's
put
be
forth
fair
this
though.
type of effort.
Let's be fair though. With the exception of the Afrobeat joint, which is complete garbage.
Mm-hmm.
If he only had 2 of these 8 types of songs, we'd probably be talking about this a lot differently.
True.
Any 2, because they're not trash records.
That's
You
a
just
fact.
tired of hearing it 3
Right.
and 4 times
That's why I
in
said
a row.
the album's not bad for me. It's a decent album.
And
I
he's
don't think-
spitting too, though.
yeah, he
Don't
can't
get it,
put out
let's
a-
not get it twisted.
I give Fab a hard time about not having a great album, but he can. He a dope ass rapper. He puts
course.
out good music. I just don't think that he puts a lot of effort into, as you said, like Game put together fucking. We'll get into this. This nigga put fucking albums together.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact.
Regardless of what you think of the nigga, like
That I will say this. I was surprised. First of all, when it comes to sports bars, nobody does it better than Fabolous.
That's a
His
fact.
sports bar game is nuts. Like,
He had one. I can't think of it right now, but he had a couple of moments. I was like, oh, that was hard.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He still got the rewindable bars, even in 2019, which you're not hearing too
Instagram
much of.
quotes.
Instagram quote super heavy.
a young Starlito's a close second to him.
Shout out to Lito. He got some shit
Sports
too.
Bars. When he first came out as All Star, like he used to
That's
have
true.
the sports bars. on
Jermaine Gretzky.
deck. Yeah, shout out to him.
Now, if I had to go rating, I talked a lot of shit about the type of songs that are on here, but they're individually good songs. It's just not a good project total. But I'd have to go 3.5. I'm not going to cheat it. It's still banging because it's Fab and he's rapping his whole ass off. But I'm going to go 3.5. It's banging. I was almost at 3, but I'm not going to cheat him because he's rapping so good.
I'm 2.5 strong.
Some Lil Cool.
Strong 2.5 Lil Cool reels. Just because I know Fab can rap his ass off, and immediately the 2 songs that I did like saved to the playlist. Like that's how dope they are. They're like, I ain't gonna have to find
That
them
Frenemies
again.
is nuts.
That Frenemies is fucking bang. And even the one on what's the last one?
Oh, Too Late.
They're Too Late.
Yeah, it's
Man,
hard.
like that shit is like it's just good shit. And then Fab got those dope ass bars where he like, damn, that was some deep shit.
Yeah,
you
he
listen
make
to
you
it the
think.
second or third time, you're like, damn, that was cold.
Yeah, I like
But
introspective Fab.
yeah, and I
Exactly.
think that we should get more of that, which is why I give it to him.
Whoever that is singing on it, Josh K, he bodied
Josh
it.
K bodied that. Shout
Bodied it
out Josh
more
K,
than the
man.
big name people
Yeah.
all on
Yeah.
this album.
You sounded the best of that.
That's
So
crazy.
Shout out Josh K.
What you
Yeah.
giving him?
I'm giving it 3, solid 3.
Okay.
That's what. It's good. It's not great. So it's at 3. 3 for me.
Good, worth
Had a
streaming.
lot of big name features on this one as well.
Yeah. When does that ever work, dude?
It works
When
for
is-
some people.
When is the big name R&B feature
Well, not just
times
R&B. I'm
6?
just talking about everybody.
I mean, yeah, he got some. Yeah,
Right.
there's no. He had 3 years to make it. He should be able to have everybody on this
Shit
motherfucker.
been on the shelf forever, nigga.
Yeah,
God
but I mean,
damn.
I don't think it's Fab's fault. I mean, he is at Def Jam.
That's
For
fair.
artists go to die.
Hey, this shit did
And
come
that's
out on
another-
Def Jam.
That's another
Damn, I
thing.
ain't know
Like
that.
he could be like independent. Like Fab don't need Def Jam.
I don't know though.
We don't know
man.
what his contract look like. You know what I'm saying?
He in Vegas
nigga
with
been
them
with Def-
residencies. I don't know if he
that
get
nigga
that
been-
without Def Jam. I'm gonna be real.
Oh, true.
I don't know if he get. I'm gonna keep. Fab is not putting himself out there like that up
Y'all
until
know how I feel about
recently.
Def Jam, and they don't have any of us in the building.
Yeah, I guess that's why they recommended he go and get. They recommend he go and get every R&B artist that's ever recorded in the last 2 years to be on his
I
album.
want to do a tour of Def Jam so I can see who's in that building.
Yeah,
You need to hire some real niggas in there.
for real. A lot of Amy's and Kyler's
Coming
in
to
that
Def
building.
Jam like Dame, nigga. got me fucked up. It's my guy.
Security.
Get me out of there quick.
Like we said, man, we're switching up the format. We're gonna go to a music break, all right, and then we're gonna come back. We've got some topics to go over for the week, and then we're gonna get to that aforementioned Game album as well. After that, what we got for the first music break?
First music break is off of the Queen and Slim soundtrack. This is my guy Vince Staples featuring Black and Mariba. Shout out to ATL. Called Yo Love.
Let's hear it. We are back. That was Vince Staples and 6 Black. Yo Love.
Just Black
Young
and
Six
Mariba.
Black.
Don't leave Mariba out.
Shout out to Mariba.
I like that. I like the Vince Staples. I'm always a fan of what he does, and anytime he puts out some shit that I can listen to that ain't kind of alternative, then I'm with it. So I'm fucking with that.
Was that a rap song?
No.
Okay.
Definitely a rap song.
Yeah. What is it? Somebody who rapped on it?
Vince Staples.
Oh shit, I missed it. I forgot.
What?
No, that song was cool.
That was hilarious.
It was a nice vibe. It fits that. It fits that movie. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
It does if you've seen it.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's if I'm not mistaken, they played that in the movie. Okay, yeah. Then I get it. That's a cool song. I need to listen to the soundtrack. I haven't checked it out.
Soundtrack is fire.
Really?
Shout out to Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill bodied her song.
I don't believe that.
Oh, that's a fact.
Me neither.
Yeah, she did.
Well, hey, enjoy it because you won't hear from her till 2029.
Yeah,
I
she
wonder
could.
how
Actually, the whole soundtrack is good.
I wonder how long they waited on that Lauryn Hill, like before they had to close the album.
I had to delay the movie waiting on her.
She's on it. Megan Thee Stallion's on it. Of course, Vince Staples. We just talked about that. There's a lot of people on the album.
Yeah, soundtracks might slick be back though. Ever since Black Panther soundtrack.
True.
Yeah.
It's low key. People are putting more effort into that. Even if you look at Swiss with the Godfather or Harlem, like people put more effort into making like dope soundtracks.
Oh, Lil Baby on it too, and Burna Boy as well.
Is that Godfather Harlem soundtrack good?
It's real good, but they haven't put the actual album out. They keep,
I always just keep saying
Lucy's.
one song.
yeah. I think they wanted to finish
know
the
why they
season, but I don't know. They should have come out with that. But the songs are banging. The new 21 Savage shit is
Stop
hard.
staggering that shit,
Yeah,
Swiss.
just drop that shit.
Yeah, damn. All right, man. We got some topics to get to.
Quick hits.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk Billboard, man. Billboard released their top 100 albums of the decade list. Now, the list was comprised of albums from all genres of music, but coming in at number 1 was hip-hop. Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was numero uno on the top 100 albums of the decade. Now, several hip-hop projects made the list, including Kendrick Lamar with 2 in the top 15, To Pimp a Butterfly at 5, and Good Kid, Mad City at 15, respectively. Did Billboard get the hip-hop selections right?
They did a decent job. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I think, is perfection. Well, not perfection. It's as close as you'll get to a hip hop album. I think
In this decade?
Yeah, before Kanye went crazy, that was like the max that you could get of his ability, and I like it. It's hard to argue with that being number 1, so I think they did a good job there. People know how I feel about To Pimp a Butterfly. I think it's accurately rated. Maybe Good Kid, Mad City should be in front of that, I think.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
You think it's a swap places?
Maybe, but right behind it, it was an absolute crime that Forest Hills Drive was 85th.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's nuts.
A fucking crime.
Yeah.
I got my
Daytona
nigga
was
fucked up.
Yeah, Daytona was 59th, which I like that. I think it maybe if this was more hip hop, it would have got a little bit higher.
Daytona was higher than Forest Hills Drive?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's interesting.
444 was 53rd. Damn at 48 puts Kendrick with 3, and Drake I seen with what was NWTS?
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same.
Put some respect on that album, though.
Remember.
What number was that?
45th.
So disrespectful.
About right.
The question is, did they get the hip-hop selections right? They did not. To Pimp a Butterfly does not deserve to be in the top 10. We all know that.
It's only you.
Then
What?
To
We
make,
all know that.
We all know that.
No, you're tripping.
To make it even worse,
Classic.
all of the albums that you just read off are better than the number 13 album, which is Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Now, what?
The decade.
So y'all telling me that Jermaine Cole's Forest Hills Drive is worse than
You're telling me Cardi B,
crazy.
first of all, shout out to Cardi B. The
Oh,
album
my
is
God.
album is tough. Cool, I'm fucking with it. 13 in any genre of music for the last 10 years?
Right. That's
Bro,
just-
it's not even 13 if we just doing hip hop. It's not even 13, bro. Like that's complete. They have it better than Watch the Throne. Are you fucking serious?
And damn.
And
Daytona.
damn. Like what? Like bro, shit like that
Even
completely
with-
throws your list off, dude. You can have everything else right. As soon as I see that goofball shit, I'm out of here, dude. That's stupid.
Because even with it being like impactful,
Sure.
like, one of the most impactful albums, you still
That's
don't
fine.
have that as a slider to push it up to 13.
No, not that high. Not that high.
Impossible. It's impossible.
Top 50. I'll give you that just
maybe.
off Bodak Yellow.
Yeah, just
That's
off
fine.
just Cardi B in the wave, but not 13.
Future DS2 was 40.
Take Care was 16. That was Drake's highest.
Damn.
Take
The
Care
Cardi
was right
B
behind.
was better than Drake's Take Care? Man, I almost.
no, it's not. I mean, we know what it is. It's just a collective staff picks. You know how it goes, man. They want to be popular at the same time.
Wow.
It's Billboard. Talk about numbers.
I think this goes more to Billboard losing a lot more credibility, and we'll get into it into another topic here that we go into as far as like how they're trying to change the rules and stay relevant and even do things like this with the list. It exposes them more of not being in tune with our culture and us paying less attention to what they like. What Jay-Z said, who gives a fuck about Billboard at this point?
Yeah, you remember? I mean, we had an episode earlier this year. I said fuck Billboard.
The more
because
they
of
do
the
stuff
Lil
like
Nas X
this,
thing.
the
Yep.
more they do stuff
mean-
like this, the more our genre of music, not even just black people, just like people like fuck them.
Yeah, but I mean, Kanye number 1. I can't argue.
They got that right. You could because that's debatable. I don't know what would be. What's the one after that then?
Out of what?
If they, like if somebody was to
Butterfly.
debate you that is that's not
Butterfly.
number 1. Really?
I like Damn better than Pimp a Butterfly, but that's just me.
I'm just if
But-
we're going like not off our
Overall.
own biases,
Yeah.
but critically acclaimed of the decade,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
has to be
people
That's
love
fair.
Butterfly
Yeah, that's fair. Nah, this shit trash. I'm capping. This shit garbage.
Kendrick got 3 hours.
in the top. Like if we
Yeah.
were doing only hip hop, he'd have 3 in the top 10. That's fucking crazy.
That's true. That's nuts. Jay-Z at 444 at 53. Bro, like 53? Now listen, I
Right.
get it. There's other genres of music. Taylor Swift on here.
Nothing is more disrespectful than the 85 placement of Jermaine Cole.
Nah, that's about right.
I feel,
No,
it's
it's
not.
not. No, it's not.
It's absolutely not.
No, it's
I
not.
feel like somebody told them that they didn't have J. Cole name on
Yeah.
this, and they threw this in. At the
Forest
end.
Hills Drive is a classic album.
It's facts.
Nothing was the same as not a classic album.
Yeah,
That's
it
another
should
fact.
be.
Yeah.
No.
And speaking of your Drake bias, you want to know who's number 3?
I don't know what you mean. Who's number 3?
You want to take a gander and see who number 3 is?
A gander.
Frank fucking Ocean.
That lets me know who we're dealing with.
Boom!
That lets me know who we're dealing with.
Mic drop.
The same people that got Cardi B in the top
mean,
15.
This is Billboard.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
take back everything that I do say. This is Billboard.
Cardi B in the top 15.
Yeah, boy. You thought I forgot, nigga?
Shout out to my boy Kanye with Yeezus at number 62. Flames.
Jesus
you talking
above
about
Forest
shit.
Hills Drive. Bro, come on, man.
You're talking about shit.
I need to write a letter to Def Jam.
Also, Ray Shrimmer, real quick. Ray
Billboard.
Shrimmer made number 67.
Bro, stop. Just all of these albums were before Jermaine Cole's album.
Is
Yeah.
the Lemonade album good?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yes,
banging.
It's phenomenal.
That's tough. And that changed the game, too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was hard. The impact was nuts.
They have Ray Shrimmer ahead of J. Cole.
Yeah. That's true.
Y'all motherfuckers on
Y'all-
dope.
Astro World was 83.
I couldn't believe this. It's somebody. I was looking how far I would go before I didn't hear of somebody. Y'all know who
Who?
Casey Musgrave is? Y'all heard
I
of
don't
that?
know who that
The
is.
country artist?
No idea.
What was she, top 10?
Yeah, she was number 8 before Rihanna's.
But this is.
Anti.
But let's not act like a
The Rihanna album is fire.
politics go into this list.
Yeah, it's a
So, I mean,
publication.
let's not act like that. I mean, because they have fucking Billie English at 27.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Shout out to Childish Gambino at 89 and Waking My Love. That album's fire.
Yeah,
Even though because of the internet could have been on here instead of that, but I ain't tripping.
Yeah, because Awaken My Love is a little overrated, but
It's fire though.
it's a good album nonetheless. Shout out to DeKalb County.
Niggas forget he from down here. Dude. That's so funny.
No, y'all forget.
Way
Nigga. We don't
down
forget nothing.
Stone Mountain, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
He from Stone Mountain, ain't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's move on. Let's talk the New York Times. Now, unless you were under a social media rock last week, you probably saw talk of Drake and his contributions to the sing rap style of artistry on your Twitter feed. If you're wondering why, it's because the New York Times published an article titled, "Rappers Are Singers Now, Thank Drake." The article claimed that Drake is responsible for the current trend of rappers singing more. Now, in true Twitter fashion, the internet roasted the New York Times for his article, citing artists who had harmony in their flows long before Drizzy. Is Drake responsible for the singing rappers trend?
Absolutely not. We know that.
yes,
Shout
sir.
out my guy Cornell Hayes, Mr. Nelly himself. But I don't think that that's the reason that the New York Times caught flack. The New York Times is the matter-of-fact ass headlines. Like, everything is so now immediate and like grabbing your attention culture that you put
Clickbait.
that out there and say that and people outrage, and now people are talking about the New York Times all day, which is good for the New York Times. So it meets the purpose of what they're trying to do in this clickbait, like you guys said, but absolutely not. As far as Drake, I don't think, and what made it stand out to me is they said executives were laughing at Drake when he came in trying to rap and saying, now look at him however many years later laughing back at them. Like, no one was laughing at Drake when he came in there with that first album when he got the ugly ass coat on and he looked like the lame
Comeback
nigga.
season.
Comeback season. Like, no one was laughing. Niggas
I
was
was.
like, nah, you
Not
wasn't.
the ugly coat.
Yeah, that coat was terrible.
The album cover is terrible.
Niggas was like, oh shit, this nigga finna fucking
The leaves
like,
were beautiful.
Like, you knew it. He hadn't quite did it yet, but you knew if he could perfect that right there, what he was doing,
Yeah, 'cause
like
Comeback
he
Season was
did on
fire.
the next one.
Yeah.
But the next
So
one was
far gone.
so far gone. Like, niggas was expecting that because all the framework was there. So I don't think anybody was laughing at that, and that's what made it so egregious.
Now, the thing is, first of all, did they, excuse me, is Drake responsible for singing rappers? Of course he is. That goes without saying. Anybody
course he
with
is.
non-biased ears will
Of
be able
course
to.
he is.
Of course. Because, and I'm going to get to that in a second because that's a layup.
You got to cut the madness out, man.
But the thing about the whole like setting the trend and whatnot, people like to cite different people who had harmony in their bars previously. Like a Bone. People go all the way back to Bone. People go to Nelly.
yes.
People go to 50, Ja Rule. That's all fine and dandy. They don't have 5 songs together if you combine them where they're outright singing an R&B track solo dolo by themselves.
that's
There
not
may be 3 between all them niggas we just named.
That's
Now
not true.
Nelly,
Oh, you forgot about Andre 3000?
I mean, that's fine too. But
That's fine, too.
That's fine.
What, you Lloyd?
That's fine.
But the difference is Nelly had harmony in his raps. He didn't rap bar you down on one end and then on another song give you Hotline Bling. He didn't do that.
But
He
Drake
gave
is-
you harmony in his rapping.
You know
It was
too
all
much-
intertwined.
You know too much about rap to say that, and you know Nelly came out with a full fucking R&B album.
No, he didn't.
Suit.
Man, he was rapping on that. He was doing the sing-songy, harmonizing rapping, bro. There's not a Hotline Bling on Suit.
So
There
Drake
is
doesn't
a
do the
double
sing-song in harmony?
a Suit.
No.
Oh, my God.
So
He sings, bro.
Bruh, you a tripping.
Suit is the same thing that that Drake was doing or
Scorpion?
is doing or whatever it may be. No, period. What Drake does is Suit.
No, bro.
So Drake doesn't rap and sing on the same song?
No, but this is what I'm saying. The song that changed it was the single, "You're My Everything." I want to do whatever that was on So Far Gone. That single where he was rapping on the bars, full blown singing on the hook, and then harmonizing the bridge. That changed everything because he was nominated for a Grammy because of that style.
Well, he only did that because he can only afford one Trey Songz feature at a time.
That's hey, listen, and it worked
had
in
to
his
do it.
favor because that's what people did previously. They called Trey songs.
But-
Now they do it themselves because Drake
And
made
that is
it
terrible.
popular.
But-
He didn't originate it; he made it popular. That's all
So-
this article is saying.
So the Twitter fans are off base?
1000%. Don't come to me bringing up Bone, bro.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop this. You should be ashamed.
Why
of
are you
yourself.
bringing up Bone?
Because
Why are you
Bone
bringing up
was-
Fonte, bro?
Because
Yes,
they-
we know he was singing. We know he was harmonizing. What hit did he have doing that, bro?
But
That didn't have the impact that niggas are saying it did. Backpack niggas and niggas who really listen to hip hop know that. Cool. That didn't reach New York Times, bro. That's not what they're
Bruh,
talking about.
No, the
This
New York
is-
Times the title is what people are upset about. The title says rappers are singers now. Thank Drake.
As they should.
No, what?
Bro, he made it cool, dude. He was successful with it. That's what I'm saying.
T.I. came out with whatever you like before Drake blew up.
So he was singing on Whatever You Like?
Yes. You can have
I
whatever you
think
like.
Drake fans try to have it both
Stacks
ways.
on deck.
Like Drake fans try to have it both ways
You
though.
forget that?
Because the moment someone says, "Oh, he's an R&B singer," or credits his singing, "Oh, he's a rapper," and now people are saying, give him credit for bringing singing to it. Is
He did, man.
he may have made it more popular because he was the most successful person to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's
But
not.
That's
he's
all I'm
not
saying.
the person that originated.
No,
which is
he's
the
not.
article. I
But
think
that's
the
what people-
That's what people are taking from
Right.
the article.
Well, they need
that
to read it.
The originator
What's
is
the article's
Drake.
title?
So I think it goes to do with this generation and millennials thinking everything started with them, and that's what people are more outraged with. Nobody is knocking. Like Drake did do something as far as taking what Ja Rule and Nelly and Bone and those guys did and take it to another level. He makes it more acceptable for men to be emotional while rapping and doing the singing and bringing
Exactly.
interludes thing. Like that's a given. Anybody that argues that would be asinine.
Bro, what is the
But
Ja
the fact-
Rule Hold On I'm Coming Home, bro?
I don't
What
listen-
is that?
I don't listen to Ja Rule. But
Where's
you
the
asked me
50
about
hold?
Nelly?
Where's the Nelly Hold On I'm Coming Home?
It's a dilemma. So with
No.
that being said,
What do you mean, Ja Rule?
You naming duets, bro.
Ja Rule did make it very popular.
What
would I do without you?
Song, bro? He's rapping. He's harmonizing on that, bro. That's not singing.
Bro, he sang hooks.
Like this.
Ja Rule sang hooks.
Listen, this
in
is
his
the
voice.
same thing.
And
that-
Drake can't sing, by the way.
This is the same thing that people tried to do when the Migos flow became the sound of today. People go, man, they didn't invent that. You can't call that Migos flow. 3-6 was rapping like that. Yes, in 1994, they were the only motherfuckers rapping like that. In 2017, 2018, the reason that everybody raps like that is because the Migos made it popular. But that's not erasing
but
history. That's a
issue, though.
fact.
History has to be addressed when
Thank
you're
you.
talking about these
Thank
things
you.
so the culture continues to thrive. So when these corrections are made, it's not because people are hating. It's because people want these other people who are saying it, like fucking Billboard and New York Times. They want people to understand that this shit been going on for a long time. Nelly, he didn't do Hold On Is Coming Home because he pushed the limits of where we were in hip hop
At the
in
time.
2001.
That's fine. That's fair.
He couldn't have came and did a Hold
fair.
On Is Coming Home.
So are you sitting here with a straight face and saying Ja Rule didn't sing?
Not like that though. Not like Drake.
Ja
Not
Rule-
what Drake
I
does.
ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna ride with you on the Ja Rule. He get too much credit for that shit.
Not what Drake
A
do.
nigga like
His top
Nelly.
songs were singing.
Him
they
and
are, but
50
that
are in
shit-
that same boat. They're not singing.
It's not what
bro.
Nelly did.
Ja
That
Rule
Nelly
had
did was different. I
multi-platinum.
feel like.
Yeah, because Nelly's voice. I think y'all taking Ja Rule's voice because of the way it is.
I think
he was
Ja
singing.
Rule. I think Ja Rule is the top
To a
5
certain
most
extent.
overrated artists in the history of rap.
People
We
really
just
don't.
said
I ain't
listen
gonna
to
give
him.
him no credit.
People really
Exactly.
don't rate Ja Rule
Ja-
like that though. But
Ja Rule had a
He comes
fucking
up
hell of
too
a
much.
run.
I know he
That's
did.
cool.
He
That-
comes up because he had a run.
That's cool.
That's
I-
undeniable because he has numbers to back that up. So you can't
Hey.
overrate numbers.
He was
He's
singing.
overrated though.
Eh,
I
a
say
little
that
bit
to say-
harmonizing. Bone song more than any of them niggas y'all
Yeah,
named.
Bone did.
They
He sang more
song.
than Nelly. Nelly got a full singing song on his first album.
Yeah, Nelly
bro.
does,
He
too. He
sang with the
tripping.
song about his mama.
That song is fire too.
Yeah, like he.
Oh.
like Nelly
That
is
song was
singing.
fire. But,
Whoa.
but Drake made it cool though.
Rich hit the fan. This nigga said Nelly song was fire. I can't believe it.
Niggas didn't hear that song about Nelly and his mama and say, "Hey, I'm finna start singing," and then make hits out of it because it
But
wasn't
they
a hit.
did hear EI and say, "I'm gonna add this harmony to it and see how
Yeah.
far I can stretch it."
Fact.
Who the fuck did that? What we
So
need
you
to
telling
put
me after EI came out in that down baby and that shit that he was doing, that people didn't try to do that?
it was Nelly, Ja Rule, and 50 around that little same time, bro. That was it. And then after that, it was Kanye with 808s and Heartbreaks, and people didn't even like that at the time. Like people didn't fuck with that shit, and it was all auto tune too.
Pimp
Same
Juice.
thing with
There
Wayne.
wasn't no singing on Pimp Juice. And that was a hit.
He was harmonizing.
Fuck me. That's the same thing Drake doing on Pimp Juice.
That's not true.
right.
No,
Facts.
you're goddamn
Like, that is
right.
a fact.
Drake got full-blown R&B records.
Pimp Juice is a full-blown, smooth-ass R&B record.
That's
Y'all play that Pimp
Pimp Juice
Juice.
is fire.
Drop it right there.
It's a
Boom.
full-blown skip. All right, man.
Fire.
Let's go. We already know Drake
And
invented.
Nellyville album bangers.
Drake invented the singing shit. Now, next topic, man. Let's Billboard one more again, man. They had a busy holiday. In addition to
Thanks for
their
the check, Billboard.
in addition to their decade list, they announced changes to the way album bundles will be counted as sales. Now, starting January 3rd of next year, in order for an album sale to be counted as part of a merch/album bundle, all of the items in the bundle must be available for purchase concurrently and individually on the same website. The item must also be available on its own for a cheaper price than the bundle. And lastly, the bundles can only be sold on an artist's official direct-to-consumer web store, no third-party sites anymore. Big deal, little deal, or no deal?
I think this is a very big deal, but it's going to start giving people the realization of how little the Billboard is gonna like affect them and their money and the things that they do. Like if I have a big enough platform and I work towards selling my own shit, the benefits from getting a gold and platinum album start to minimize because what comes with it is getting your song licensed, it living in longevity, you getting checks as far as royalties and things of that nature, the more you sell and things like that. But if you're selling directly to your fan, then you're getting more money.
For sure.
And then if you're selling directly to the people who are licensing you, then you're getting a bigger cut on your royalties. So Billboard and the exposure that they're offering to artists is going to start to dwindle away, and they feel that, and that's why they try to make these tweaks to the things that the artists are doing to stand on their own. And I don't think that it's going to affect artists from going away from doing that. What it's going to do is put the battery in the back of some bigger artists, and then the smaller artists are going to start to figure out that they can do it too, and they're going to start to phase Billboard out. I ain't gonna say this will happen soon, but I think that that's where this is going. They fear that, and that's why they put it in place.
This is a huge deal. You can look at starting next year, some of these numbers are going to look way different. Shout out to DJ Khaled. He called this because he was pissed off early in the year when he lost, or excuse me, when he was complaining about Travis Scott. And Nicki Minaj also was complaining about Travis Scott bundling. No, not Khaled. I'm sorry. Nicki Minaj was
Khaled complained about Tyler.
About Tyler, my bad.
Nicki complained about Travis.
Nicki complained about Travis. They were early on this. And why this is going to be a game changer is because now you have to have the bundle. You can have the bundle with the hoodie and the download, but now you also have to have the hoodie by itself without the download, and it has to be cheaper than the bundle. Everybody has streaming services right now. You subscribe to something, so you don't need that weak-ass digital download that the hoodie comes with. 99% of the people are going to select the hoodie minus the download for the cheaper ticket. That is going to drastically affect people's sales.
But don't it just got to be a different price?
It's got to be cheaper.
Gotta be cheaper.
The hoodie got to be, so I just make it like $1 cheaper.
No, it's got to be $3.59 cheaper at least.
Make it $3.59.
Yeah, but
So I'm not paying.
so nobody's paying.
that's gonna determine.
Yeah, nobody's gonna
Yes.
pay for the bundle. Why would they do that? You don't need to.
$3.50. Like I feel like
Yes.
the artists think
They're
if
already
you got-
taxing.
But as a creative, when an artist is thinking, if you're coming here and you're supporting me, and you notice that the reason that like the $3.50 shouldn't matter,
Bro,
that's
people
shipping.
stop at shipping at $5. You think they're gonna?
Right, that's what I'm saying. If I
true.
offer you
Everything
free shipping,
matters.
if I give you the digital download and be like, I give you free shipping, are you gonna buy it then?
Then I'm still taking the other one so that I can have free shipping and not pay for
Only
the
if you get
download.
this one, you get free shipping. So
No,
I make it
they-
55. If you spend 60 with this one, then you get free shipping.
No, they
may
put
try that. They
They
may
put
try
all those
that.
stipulations into this rule so people won't do bullshit like
Man, they
that.
gonna figure out.
Because
a way
the thing
around it.
is-
Oh, they're definitely going to figure out a way.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that Billboard, and I'm not here to argue as far as the semantics if this is right or wrong. I just think that Billboard is wasting too much energy.
No,
in
they're
doing
right.
this.
No, Nicki Minaj hit this shit on the head when she was upset the first time. She was absolutely correct. This
what?
is cheating.
It's a cheat
How?
code.
This is cheating.
It's a
You
cheat code.
It's
cannot.
not. Okay, go
It's a
ahead.
cheat code.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're inflating the numbers on purpose because they're saying, okay, well, also with Travis Scott, people love him, right? So they're gonna try to get all the merch they can. So he's doubling up. He was like, I knew I'm gonna get these seats, these streaming numbers, plus I'm gonna get them with the merch and to combine them.
But
She
that's
was
the-
right. She's absolutely right. That's cheating.
But
Yeah.
the thing though, if Billboard is cheating and telling you guys that now y'all ain't gotta buy my CD and all y'all gotta do is stream it, and these streams only account for this amount of buys, then I get to cheat too as the artist. Like I say, I'm always
No.
gonna side with the artist. Yes.
Well, it's a level playing field now
they
because
leveling-
everybody playing by the same
what,
rules.
What
now.
Billboard is doing is undercut people so they don't cheat. They're trying to make it a fair game.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, if someone like Travis Scott can push you and change the numbers because he has a higher influence because you're willing to buy his merch,
right,
or whatever. I don't feel like that's an issue or a problem.
If you include
if
the album,
Nicki
it is.
Minaj can't do that. That's on her. That ain't
No.
If I'm Travis,
you're missing the bigger picture.
what's the bigger picture?
It's because they're including the album when they don't have to.
right.
Because the reason that I'm including the album is for sales bump, right?
To inflate the sales.
Right.
That's how you doing
I
it.
have to do that if I want the sales bump. I know you're only here for the merch, right? So if you only want to buy a Travis Scott T-shirt,
Most people are just there
right?
for
They
the
just
merch,
want the
though.
merch. But if I add the digital download because you wanted that T-shirt so bad and I get a sale out of it, what's wrong with that if I'm the artist?
It's a cheat code. That's what they're saying.
They
Because
cheating though when they tell me I got to get 15,000 streams for one buy.
well, I mean,
You know
that's
what I'm
another
saying?
story
Like, it's the
though.
same thing.
That's
It's-
another story.
But that's in the same vein. If I'm an artist, I feel like I'm losing one stream of income when y'all telling me that people have to sign up for a streaming service, pay $10, and y'all give me a couple pennies
Well, that's a
every
different
time
argument.
somebody. That's the same.
But it's not-
I
that's
have
not-
to compensate. If I'm a businessman, I got to compensate for that loss, and I'm compensating for that loss by packaging my influence with this shirt and adding that digital download.
I get
now
what you're
I get
saying.
that back.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But those are two different.
For the
different
artist, it's the same argument.
But it's
in my
not.
opinion.
It's not Billboard's fault that people don't buy CDs no more.
It's also not Travis Scott's fault that Nicki Minaj can't do that.
No, because
Right?
it's not.
Like
It's
if I'm
because
Travis Scott, now you changing the game on me just because I'm better at this than
no,
you.
it's not better. It's because people like the merch.
Okay, I make better merch than you.
Okay, we'll say that.
Make better
Yeah,
merch.
that's fair.
It's
You know what I'm
just
saying?
better
Like,
merch.
if I'm Tyler and this old ass nigga Khaled, I like Khaled to do his thing, but like if you come out complaining about some shit that I'm doing and I'm keeping up with the times and your team don't know how to
Well,
do
no,
that,
it was a flip side.
You're hating.
Khaled tried to do some underhanded shit.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
he
merch.
did,
It was a
you're right.
third
But
party.
he was the one complaining.
Yeah, he, yeah,
I think
yeah,
that-
yeah.
you're right. You're
Yeah, it was
absolutely
a
Y'all got the
third-
same birthday too. You know that?
I did not know that.
You and Khaled.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
You just hated on your spirit animal.
Stepping on my spirit.
But I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm glad they did.
I
It's a
think
huge deal.
it's a huge deal,
It's
but
a
I
big
just think that it's a.
And we're going to
it's
see
a
more
fight.
things take place after this anyway.
I mean, no, people are gonna find a way. Like we know how they go, but for the next 6 to 10 months, because people didn't. It ain't like people been bundling music with merch for 10 years. Like
Nah,
that's
you
fairly new.
Like Jay popped it off with the Samsung.
That's
deal.
true.
We always
He
say that
challenged
when
he
did
bucked
the
the
Magna
system.
Carta, and it was like, boom, I'm platinum off this one deal.
Yeah.
And that was the start to it. I think people are, as long as people are finding creative ways to get the music out there, I don't think the Billboard should be able to step in and say this is not fair or this doesn't count, because I think it's the artist's job to move the units. So if I can move units by selling T-shirts too, then why are you taking away from me for doing that?
Yeah. Man, before we get to this music break and then we're going to talk about that game, let's talk about the Griselda Records project. Now, ever since signing to Eminem's Shady Records imprint in early 2017, we've been hit with a flurry of solo projects from the Griselda Records crew. Well, this past Black Friday, we got the highly anticipated joint project from Conway, Westside Gunn, and Benny the Butcher, collectively known as Griselda. Simple question, was the Griselda album worth the wait?
It was, and I feel like that they're in this space as to where even if you didn't get to check it out or consume it and you say, I ain't got to it yet, it's worth the wait because they're not on anybody's time, right? Like, ain't nobody waiting on Griselda to come out with the club banger. Ain't nobody waiting on them to, like, the winner is yours. We want to hear these different joints because they've been doing it, and they've been doing it consistently. I think that they're in a perfect place with Shady. I don't know how the business work, but as far as the promotion and the marketing, I think they're in a perfect place because they're doing them. And even when, like you say, the much anticipated Griselda album roll out, it still ain't no change from the norm. We here every other month. You give me all this shit. We ain't changing. We own our shit. Like, it's the same thing, consistency. And I think they're going to do that until, like, the wheels fall off. And I love it.
When I think group projects that are highly anticipated that people were looking forward to from back in the day, I'm thinking G-Unit, Beg for Mercy. I'm thinking The Locks, We Are the Streets.
Right.
I'm even thinking the TRU, the double album. And if we're going to the question, was it worth the wait, did this kind of match the anticipation? It didn't, because those albums are superior group albums than this right here. I thought this was cool. It was fine. But there's solo projects that are barbecuing it, though. Like, I'm talking about Benny probably has 3 by himself that's frying this. Conway probably has 3 that are frying this. And then if you're a Westside Gunn fan, you could probably point out 1 or 2 of those Hitler joints that are better than this. This wasn't the big dog Voltron thing that I was looking for personally. The project is good. It's cool. I don't know what the purpose of signing them is, what you're trying to get out of a project like this, because they didn't gain 1 new fan from this project.
I think it's a slow burn, though.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is a slow burn, and as long as they keep it consistent, that they're waiting on that like spark for boom, then it blows up, and now we have the machine in place for when it does blow up, Shady, to take care of it. Because I don't think
how will it blow up though?
Consistently doing this, like they are consistently consistent.
Yeah.
And if you ain't nothing, being that will help you out a whole lot.
And I take it, and this actually got them some new fans for sure. Because I know people who ain't talking about them who say, "Oh, I remember you talking about this. I just heard a new album." That's happened.
I mean, that's thanks to us though. Shout out to us. Eminem didn't do anything. Had nothing to do with that.
I think I think it was worth the wait. I like it a lot. I like this album a lot. And it's just good to hear this kind of music mainstream, because this is what it's catapulting to is mainstream.
Is it?
Yes.
Do they
Not
even have
yet.
videos?
I don't know. But I think that's the beautiful thing about it, though. Those things are gonna come at a necessity basis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
why he
already
said it's a
with
slow burn.
him. I'm already like putting out this fly shit. We in our bag as far as being us and the original niggas. Like there's no one in the game like us. As soon as that one song catch and everybody start jumping on Griselda, like the hype beast that we're in, like culture that we're in now, that's gonna be it.
And that
now
song
we got
is not
M
on
with us.
here.
It's not on here. But the thing about them is like there is no expectation for it. Like M gonna let them cook for as long as they need to, I assume.
Then what does M get out of that? You
His
understand?
rap. He
But
like, I think he's a fan,
yeah, he's
right?
a fan, just like he's
And
the same.
just like he signed Slaughterhouse.
It's the same thing as Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, like he's a
That's
fan
the same thing
of
as
rap.
Slaughterhouse.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that man, it's about business.
But it's
though.
good for them though. I mean, Rock Nation is behind this too.
Yeah.
So it's a reason. Like Jay is.
Shit, I feel like Rock
That's
Nation
true.
getting them more looks than Shady.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So all of this is business for them. This is giving them more looks. Whether you see it or not, this is giving them much more looks.
And it may be the long play. This might be the marathon play
Yeah,
because
exactly.
right now
That's exactly what it is.
it's quiet.
I don't. But
It's
that's what I'm
steady.
telling you.
It's
It's not
steady.
quiet though. They're getting more looks than they ever got in their life.
How?
Right now, they're
No.
the height. What do you mean how? Just off announcing the Rock Nation and the Shady deal, people were automatically.
That was
doing it.
2 years ago though. The Shady deal was 2017 early.
Well, all this is relatively new. The Rock Nation is very new.
That's new.
So I'm saying, to follow that with this project, they're getting more looks. You have to see that. It's people who just like I didn't find out about until last year. It took a while.
Yeah, but you be late this shit though.
No, I know. Not at all. Not at all. Just like you late to the Young Thug party.
And
It's
you
been
got to
here.
think Westside gonna put. He said a lot of focus on the business this year. Right? So
Yeah.
he may take it somewhere.
Okay, yeah, he did say
He
that.
said he done as far as rapping.
And he needs to be. He's the one who needs to
Thankfully,
be done.
yeah, that's true. Did y'all see the
Need to be is a
documentaries?
strong word. I ain't watched the documentary.
It's a couple. It's like a 4-part documentary series. I didn't.
I
I
didn't watch
forgot.
it.
I
What's
forgot
that
it was
on?
out.
Was it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to know why you don't know where it's at? Because they don't talk about the shit.
Well, I didn't
dude.
even know the Queen of Slim shit was out. I asked y'all where y'all seen promo for that.
Oh, you just
that's
watched
the rock
it, yeah.
I'm under. So
That's true.
I think it's a good look for him.
No, it's not. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying the project is some slaughter or anything like that.
you just expecting more.
I just expected. I think the goal was to make a bigger impact than this did. To me, it's not a big ripple effect. Not yet, at least.
Well, yeah, I think the goal is
Not
to get
yet.
more looks, and that's what it's doing.
Yeah. With that being said, though, what's the joint with the old groove?
Oh, that's hard.
Conway and Benny fucking slaughtered
Speaking
that.
of which, I guess we can
did.
Woo!
with this project. Shout out to Chattown Jeff, yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and the other people who don't realize that Benny is clearly the best person out of Griselda. Shout out to Jay and Sean Wash who know the business. Benny's the best one.
Conway was spitting on a couple of these joints,
I
though.
think I like Benny the best too.
Yeah, I mean,
They going neck and neck. What you got, man? We got another music break before we get to this game.
yes. The next music break. The next music break is from Casino, featuring T.I.P., the King of the South himself. This is called Low Key.
Let's hear it. Man, we are back. That was Casino featuring T.I., the artist formerly known as the King of the South.
Nah, my nigga, he's still the king of the South. Do not
How you feel about that?
get it twisted. I like T.I. verse. Shout out to Casino. I like T.I.'s verse. I like when he get in this bag. I'd love to hear like T.I. vintage T.I. like this. Casino, FBG, free
Yeah.
band
Shout out
gang.
the whole free band gang.
Young nigga move that
That
dope.
boy Meathead.
Yeah, this song is cool, man. Like, shout out to Casino getting a look, because a lot of people forget he was even on Move That Dope. They take his verse off. They cut it off in the club before it comes on. So good for Casino to get this look.
Ah, that guy. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember he was on at the end of that. But this song was cool. No, this song was cool. T.I. did his thing. He was all right on him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're sleeping because you didn't play that Duke Deuce.
That's my nigga right
is
there.
That nigga.
Who?
Duke.
Deuce.
Put some respect on his
Crunk
name.
ain't dead. Duke fucking Deuce.
What the
The
fuck?
dancing big nigga. I fuck with that.
Yeah, y'all can do that on your own time.
That's my guy, man. I fuck
QC, man. QC got another one.
Keep him calm.
QC Kim, they got a girl over there that can sing.
Really?
You talking about with the Sierra sample? The I Can't Leave Him Alone?
Yeah. I think that's what
Yeah, that shit hard.
Cooking.
All right, man.
Motown.
We got another back-to-back double dose album review. We are talking The Game. We're taking it to the West Coast. Went from the East Coast to the West Coast. This is Born to Rap. Game is saying that this is his last one. He is hanging it up.
Yep.
For that, he gave us essentially a double disc, 25 tracks. Born to Rap has been talking about this for about 2 years, give or take. What were you expecting from this Born to Rap, and what did you think about it when you first listened?
Based off the promo that he was doing for this album, which was dissing people and trying to fight and all this Instagram
The
shit.
usual game
Yeah,
shit.
the usual game shit. I didn't think that this would be a great album. I thought it would go out with a dud. So I wasn't expecting a lot. Then when you see the album cover that came out, and
Which is ridiculous.
it's ridiculous.
He's got the pregnant women in the
Totally
studio.
ridiculous.
What is that supposed to? That's the Born to Rap?
Yes.
He's
He's born to rap, so everybody's pregnant and they're making beats because they're born
drinking
to rap.
lean, like
I thought maybe he was like birthing like the next. That's like trying to show like what he did for the West Coast.
Don't overthink it. Just say
I thought
born
it
to
was
rap.
just
okay.
It's born to rap.
the influence of him being born to rap.
Yeah,
Born
exactly.
to
That's
rap.
exactly.
what
That's all it means.
He overthought this. But
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
no,
Definitely. He
yeah. This creative director was
100
terrible.
Thank you. Okay, fair
Percent
enough.
overthought
This was terrible.
this to the sense.
Rolling
But-
blunts.
but wait,
Too much.
that was a complaint that I had about Fab album. So as I got ready to shit on Game for this, at least he's still engaged.
Yes. He
You know
does
what I'm
put
saying?
some
Like,
thought
True.
into it.
It take Game is a doofy.
Too much overthinking.
Yeah, like, Game is a doofy nigga. Like he gonna be doing dumb shit where you can like be completely turned off. But I do like the fact that he's still engaged in the album. So I ain't gonna lie. I seen this and I was interested to wrap up what you asked.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, listen, man, I was looking forward to this, even though he
Y'all
was
niggas
on the.
like Game though.
Yeah, I think Game makes good music, and I think he's got a pretty good discography as well. When he leaked the footage of him, and he was in the studio like an album listening party, which seems like it was forever ago, and he was dissing, or perceived to be diss was Kanye and Kim.
Yeah.
That, even though that line was
I
kind
remember
of
that.
yeah, that shit was kind of
Wasn't even on
weak.
here, was it?
Nah, that wasn't on here. That shit was kind of weak, but that song sounded fire though.
it is,
So
yeah.
like, I'm like, yo, when are you gonna drop this shit? Cause that shit sound hard. So all of the clips from the album listening party sounded dope. So I was looking forward to this. I know what Game can do. I'm not expecting anything more than what he has already done. I already know he's gonna name drop 2,000 people. I'm ready for it. You know what I'm
Makes it
saying?
interesting.
I'm here for that. I know he's gonna switch his style up every other song.
Makes it interesting.
That's fine. It keeps you on your toes. All of that shit. On his 40th birthday, he dropped it. This is his 9th album. He has had a very nice career if this is indeed his last one. And if this is his last one, I thought he ended it on a high note. I thought the album was pretty dope. Now, let me go for the layup take. It's too long.
Oh, it's way too
Obviously, it's 25 tracks. But if this is truly his last one, fine, bro. Empty out the hard drive, of all the ones that you think are quality, and go ahead and lay it on us. If he would have stopped this at the Nipsey record and switched out West Side for the song with Anderson .Paak, we may be talking about a fucking classic, because the first half of the album is fire.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's super heavy toward the top. I like how he had Dom Kennedy on here only doing the hook, because we don't need Dom rapping. Shout out to
you
that.
Got Dom fucked up.
We don't need that.
Don, the ultimate swag nigga from the
you
West
hating.
Coast.
Even though he did have him rapping on another song, I was a little bit disappointed.
Nah.
But that shit is fire. He's got really good records on here.
Yes, he does.
High quality music. Now, Game can get a little lazy with some of the bars. Like, he's on here rapping like Pac on one of these joints, and I was just like, fam. I'm talking about full on Pac mode. He probably had a bandana tied on backwards in the booth.
Yeah, I remember. I thought I was the only one.
I was like, fam, that West Side, he is
I ain't gonna lie.
Machiavelli.
He killed that song.
That's what I'm
He
gonna
was
say,
tripping.
man.
He was ripping
I
it.
appreciate that shit though. Like, especially if you listening on the same weekend to Fab, a nigga that did a absolute layup, and then this nigga right here,
That's fair.
who's an absolute doofy. Like, this nigga was like
what?
rap doofy. Chicago word. I learned it not too long ago. But
That's funny.
like, it take away from, like, if this his nigga last album, if this was a Rick Ross, if this was T.I., if this was Jeezy, and these people putting out their last album, and it was this quality, man, we talking about classics. We rearranging like they whole catalog. It takes away from what he does, him on social media and the other goofy shit, because this nigga put together a dope ass album. And I disagree with you. at first I did think it was too long, but on second listen, like I couldn't find songs that I would remove. So even when he played the Nipsey shit, and that was a good ending, to pick it right back up and to have 21 Savage on there with that kind of playful like hook, like that shit get you right back engaged. I think the album is put together well. I think like the only thing that mostly that I didn't like was that bullshit ass interlude. And interlude was some slaw. But like as far as the flow of it, the aggression that he's rapping with, like keeping you engaged and entertained with like talking about people, changing his flow up, like I've come to a point where we get so much bullshit in rap and niggas do shit because it's easy now.
They mailing it in.
He challenging himself, and I like it.
That's
and,
fair.
and that made me appreciate it being 25 songs. I was riding listening to this. It was like some old shit. It was like listening to an old album, like when his old shit came out. And I appreciate it.
Yeah. I definitely like this album. We talked about it earlier in the group chat. However, the long thing did get paused. The long, the length of the album did, it was taking me aback a bit because it's an hour and 30 minutes long. No one is sitting here for that.
Yeah, that's a movie. That's a movie, dog.
No one
it's
is
a road
sitting
trip
here for
album.
that. Yeah.
Strong.
And he definitely has some filler tracks that could have been left on the cutting room floor. The song with Chris Brown is trash.
Bro, I don't know how you fuck up a Chris Brown hook,
That is fucking trash.
but they managed to do that.
Yes.
I'll say this: the album is strong, no doubt.
Very strong,
The
yes.
album is a strong project to close out the year. You know what I'm saying? Like I give it to him. This will likely be in a lot of people's top 10. It is essentially a double CD. You know what I'm saying? There's some heat on here. If I'm going with what I like, the song with Nipsey is fucking
Oh my God.
fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's probably the eeriest post Nipsey
Oh my God, 'cause
joint,
he rapped about his death.
bruh.
fucking
And then,
killing it.
bruh, and then when he was like, "Come on, Chuck, I know you're not finna retire."
notice ain't
Like,
the last.
da-da-da.
It was like a nigga
yeah, I
was
ain't that.
there. I
Bro, that's
know
what I'm
this ain't
saying.
me.
It's
That
not like
shit
he was like,
fire.
man, bro. That's what makes this the most eeriest verse from him because it reminds me of Pac. When we heard some of his shit after the fact, but what he was talking about was still relevant to today. So it's like he's still here. It's like, yo, that shit is wild. That shit is phenomenal. The beat is amazing. When he was like, yo, let me come back in and rap, I was like, oh, shit. Like, nigga, that.
Repeat.
That's,
Run that
yeah,
motherfucker
go ahead.
right back.
Run that bitch right to the top. So I give him that. I also like Hug the Block.
Oh, yes.
That shit is fire. Like, nigga, Game got some heat rock
He
on
does,
here. There's a couple of joints. Gucci Flip Flops is banging.
Oh, my God.
Fucking
Banging.
Now that album,
that shit slaps.
Yo, the Gucci Flip Flops is so hard. I didn't
shit's
think it was gonna be hard the way because the name of the song.
Right.
I was like, please don't make this no
Killed
future
that,
tight record.
Yeah,
but
nah, that
he
shit's- that shit
killed it.
hard.
And the beat is bananas.
And I joke a lot about Dom Kennedy because he's some slaw, but him on the hook on that $500 candles
That's
And
hard.
that gold
And that gold
Daytona.
Daytona.
and that gold Daytona,
Hey, Dom, that
both of
nigga,
them
fuck
ride.
that.
I'm not
Dom
gonna lie.
made me a bigger fan with that gold Daytona.
gold
That's just
Daytona
like his
hard.
style that he brings
That's a
to
fact.
it, nigga. That shit
That LA
was
shit,
killing,
man.
nigga.
I love that,
That
shit.
shit
Gold
rides.
Daytonas.
That shit hard. They make $500 candles.
Yes.
What is it? What's the deal with that? I don't understand.
2 Chainz was doing it on the most expensive shit. I can't think of the name of it, but they got some very expensive candles.
I wonder what them hitting on.
They smell good as fuck.
They better. What you
Man,
think,
that's
man?
all I was hitting. Man, this album's fucking dope. If I had my takeaways, $500 candles, that's right there in my bag. I love that shit. I do like also the gold Daytonas with Dom, Gucci Flip Flops, 40 Ounce Love was one of my favorite ones. The Welcome Home with Nipsey, as you said.
You gonna say all the ones I said?
The Cold with 21 Savage. I love the 21 verse and even him on the hook murdering that. Ask For Me, I think was a really dope record. Blood Thicker Than Water.
About his family. Oh my God.
Fire.
Yeah, he was ripping that.
And
Shout
that's
out to
one
Trey
thing.
Songz.
Yeah, I
did his
liked
thing.
it about this album. Like Game kept the same energy throughout the album
Yep.
that he had on social media. And when you see him, it wasn't like far fetched. So you listen to it now, you see the stuff that he was doing prior to. You just see the spaces he was in.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like the type of places you had to be in to make this album. And I fuck with it, man.
Yeah,
I do.
What stood out to you?
Shit. I love. First of all, the last song with Ed Sheeran was perfect. It ended the album. Actually, the last 3 songs were a perfect way to end the album.
Fantastic way.
Shout out to
end
D
the
Smoke,
album.
man,
Yeah,
from
D Smoke,
Netflix.
yeah.
That's dope that he grabbed them, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, look at D
Yeah,
Smoke.
the
That's
last
real.
three-
Sir, brother, right?
Yeah. That
The
was
last
real.
3 songs ended perfectly. It bounced back from because Rewind 2 was trash.
That's trash. That's trash.
Nah, I should have called it.
Yeah, I was like, bro, come on.
Nah,
dog.
chill out. No need.
No need for that.
No need.
But he finished it nicely with those. Of course, I like the Gucci flip flops. I like Westside a lot. Gold
That shit's
Daytonas.
trash. Westside is trash.
I like Westside.
I like it.
He rapping. He
He was
trying.
in his Pac bang.
Yeah, he was.
God.
Born to Rap. I like that because
Fire.
those were the he was just going in.
Fire.
I did not like the song with Red Cafe. Dead
That's
Homies.
hard. That's hard.
I didn't really like it.
I like that.
No, that's hard. I will say I like that. If I had to talk about what didn't work for me is the Rewind 2. There was no need for that.
No.
Of course, that's the sequel to the Nas joint. Was that on Godson, I believe?
Stillmatic.
Stillmatic.
Yeah.
And that version
Fire.
is fucking. That story is super.
Yeah, we
dope.
don't need it again.
Kinda
We
overrated, too.
absolutely don't need it again.
It's like
though.
somebody doing Memento again as a movie.
It's a exactly. It's a movie that's good, but you don't need to rewatch it. It's no point.
Memento's so good.
Yeah, Memento's dope, but I'm never watching it again. I'm gonna be honest. Gangsters make the girls go wild.
Oh.
That's banging.
What?
Why did y'all, man?
That's a Chris Brown song?
Yeah.
That song is trash.
Listen to the Gangsters make the girls go
I like
wild,
it.
bro. That's trash.
It was a
bro.
Chris Brown and Game
No,
song. Like,
bro.
if
Nah.
Game and
Oh.
Chris Brown were
was a-
together, this is 1,000,000% what I'd
It
expect.
was a bad version.
A lot
of
of
it.
cocaine, a lot of girls, bandanas, alcohol. Like, this is what that song
Bro, I don't
sounds
need
like.
to hear that. Gangsta, I don't need that.
Maybe I need to be on coke to like
And
it.
the
Maybe.
song with
I wasn't on coke. Disclaimer, I wasn't on coke when I liked it, but hey, I can see how it helps.
No.
What song?
What? Oh, I don't want to get this. Go ahead, because I don't want to get these songs confused.
No, that was it. The 21 Savage song didn't work for me personally. Yeah, I didn't really like that. Maybe it'll grow on me, but it didn't move me like that. And it sounded like
moving up my list, man.
21 sounded like he was recording that out of like a Cheerio box. I don't know why it sounded
What
like
y'all think
that.
of the Bryson Tiller record?
Just some look cool. It's forgettable.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I wasn't like, nigga, turn this shit off.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was cool.
It was okay.
What didn't work for you then since you love this album so much?
Man, my boy, man, Mozzie, man. I couldn't believe that he had a bad Mozzie song. That Carmen
Yeah,
Electra
that's
shit.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I didn't like
nothing.
that song.
That song is cool, but I don't get the Carmen Electra.
I
I don't know where that comes from.
Young
What are they talking
white
about?
girl, I guess.
I know who it is, but like
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a white girl reference.
he could have just not said Carmen Electra in the hook and it would have been fine. Like I don't
Like,
get it.
It's trash. I ain't like that. That interlude, that's probably the worst interlude I've ever heard on an album.
Right after the Nipsey joint?
Yeah. No. Let me see. That Help Me with Sly?
That's not bad though.
That's trash.
It's pointless, but it's not
It's
bad.
pointless
though.
and bad. I have no idea what that is, right? Like, I feel like you just go right into the Marsha joint, that, like, after the Nipsey joint would have made a lot more sense. But those are my few critiques of this album, man.
I can't forget that No Smoke with Miguel is fire, nigga. Like this album got some heat on it.
Game, and
I ain't
Game
gonna lie,
is
this album got some heat.
Interesting, though. Like,
He cares.
yeah, he cares.
Yeah, he
And the
still
nigga
cares.
care. You can tell. Boy, he was born to rap.
That's fair. If I had to rate this it's a high album, and I feel like this is gonna grow on me even more the longer that I get to kind of sit with it. This weekend was kind of packed. There's a lot of projects came out, and plus I ate a whole lot of Thanksgiving food, so I was really chilling. I didn't really get to listen to much, but I'd give this 4 reels, and that might be slightly upgraded by the time the end of the year gets here. But it's 4 years. It's a fire album for sure. What you give?
Easily 4 reels fire for me.
Yeah.
Easily. I was not looking forward to digesting this album over the long holiday weekend, but I was pleasantly surprised at what I got from it. So it's easily 4 for me.
What you got, Murph?
It's the same. Yeah, it's 4 for me for sure. Like I said, this has the makings to be a classic album.
Wow.
It
It's
does.
a great last album, though.
Yeah.
If this is truly
If
his
you
last
trim
album.
some of this fat, if he had 16, maybe between 14, 16 songs out, this could have been it. This could have
No,
been
if it stops at the Nipsey, I miss a classic.
Of all the people,
Period.
if all the people too in his class, like I said earlier, Ross,
longevity, boy.
T.I., Fab,
They came later than him, though.
really?
Yeah,
Ross,
Ross came
I
out
would put-
06.
I would put
T.I.
Ross-
Now T.I. Okay, T.I.'s fair.
Yeah,
I would put Ross in his class. You would?
That's 06. What game come out? 04?
04,
Yeah, it's about the same.
Well, okay,
five,
all right,
yeah.
all
Same
right.
class. I would say all of them are doing their like.
Because T.I. was
farewell.
already up here when they came out. Like,
True.
Yeah.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
All of them are doing their farewell albums close to the same time this year. Game has had easily the best one. Jeezy is the other person I meant to put in there. Jeezy,
And
like,
his
he's
is in
class.
last place.
Yeah.
9
It's
albums
Game's
for
tips,
Game.
Game. Because T.I.
Ross,
album,
the Port of Miami 2 is pretty good.
That's good.
it's good. I like T.I. album really good.
I like
It's a good
T.I.'s
album.
album a lot.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, where's Game on y'all top 50? I don't need a specific number. Is he top 10? Is he top 20?
Top 20 for me.
He top 20?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You can't have 9. You can't have all these albums at 9.
Between 30 and 50.
Yeah, it got to be
Between 30 and 50?
Yeah.
With a 9 album run? Not saying all of them were, but really, That's rough. You got 30 niggas ahead of him because I can't name 10 with 9 albums.
None. That's what I'm saying.
Off the top of my head. That's rough.
Game don't get his credit partially because of the dickhead that he is.
Because he's a doofy.
How awkward is it that his manager is basically has the complete opposite stance of Nipsey that he has on his own album?
He still manage him?
Yeah.
He must have some kind of contract.
Yeah. And he's now
Wack
or
just doing that shit, man. Like, I don't understand.
it might be promo for the album though.
It is. It's 100% what it is, and I don't.
I can't get him. No.
For some reason, I just expected more from him.
I think he's taking the
position that he claimed that he was in and put himself in, and when he was presented, I wouldn't expect a nigga like him just to do this shit because you can get away with it.
I think he's taking things literally. If y'all just
he's
very
just
quick,
but he's just doing it because he can get away with it.
I mean,
like, what's gonna
or
happen?
that.
They gonna shoot him?
Nah, people might stop working with him.
Nobody's gonna stop working. I mean, well, what do he got? Blueface?
Blueface in Game. And Game finna retire, so we got Blueface, and Blueface is gonna be nothing in 6 months. So that's what I'm saying.
That was 6 months ago.
That's true.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that he really is going to see any backlash from saying it. So he just said, like, fuck it to stay in the news.
Yeah. I mean, and again, he's saying that Nipsey was not a legend. He's saying that, blah, 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 blah. People, nobody really cared about him until he died, blah, 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 blah. Even though T.I., I thought, made a very well thought out IG post, as he tends to do.
What T.I. say?
He put the definition of a legend up on there.
It
looked pretty accurate to me. It looked very accurate.
And because Wack's reasoning for him not being a legend is because he didn't sell a bunch of records. And so how is he a legend if you weren't going platinum and stuff? As if the only way to be a legend in music is to have 7 #1 albums. Obviously, that's not what people are talking about.
Ignorant. That's why I don't even want to waste.
Yeah,
next, man.
That shit. That shit don't make no sense.
This is a fucking clown.
New music. What we got? We got anything?
We gonna start with last week. You know, we went over most of them. Griselda with WWCD.
What would Chine do?
And Fabolous, Summertime Shootout. Gang, Born to Rap. Black Youngster, Church on Sunday.
I refuse to listen to that.
No way people are listening to Black Youngsters.
His little wave.
He did a little promo run and everything.
Yeah,
people
are listening to him.
People you were around were listening to him. You tried to slide that in there. Did you say
I guess people are listening to him.
Okay.
Yeah. Trippie Redd, A Love Letter to You 4, and Flip De Niro, Love for the Guala.
Flip De Niro got one song on that is so tough.
Really?
Not too many niggas made for this shit. That shit slaps.
I like Flip De Niro, though.
That's it, though.
This week, Blueface, Find the Beat. He needs to find
That's
it.
The name of it?
Yes, Find the Beat.
That's corny.
Max B, House Money.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this next project. Roddy Ricch, please excuse me for being antisocial.
Let's get it.
And they're coming out with another XX Tentacion album, Bad Vibes Forever. Yeah.
There's another release coming out this Friday. Yeah, they are. I don't like that shit. There's another release coming out Friday that's fairly big. It just got announced, and I'm mad because I can't think
Fat
of the
Joe.
fuck it. There we go.
Family Ties.
Family Ties.
That's fairly big?
Yeah, it is. Fat Joe.
That's
Ting. I'm looking forward to that. Fat Joe, you want to talk about albums, motherfucker? Any better?
Good albums.
And he's on your top 50.
No, it's not.
Fuck.
You looking forward to a Fat Joe album?
He loves.
Yeah, I like Fat Joe. I think he makes good albums.
I mean, my favorite album is Don Cartagena, and I haven't heard anything like that since.
What? That Jose?
Jealous One Still Envy.
That's the most commercial album.
But that was banging.
It ain't better than Don Cartagena.
Dark Side? He got some shit.
Fat Joe make good music.
He got some bang. That nigga
Don Cartagena and Jose, then I was out of there.
Nah, you missed some shit then.
Mm-hmm. You listen to Jose, you said?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It was his commercial. This is his most commercial album.
He got some fire.
But Don Cartagena is a damn fucking classic to me.
Now that you just
Fat Joe make good music.
You just jumped off a cliff.
No, Don Cartagena was hard as fuck.
Wow.
Have you heard Don Cartagena?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a very good album.
I'm out here.
It's real East Coast.
Me, myself, and I, and All or Nothing were fire. Now, on Decker of the Week, we have a comment on
You had
iTunes.
to look it up. They weren't that fire.
I got too much knowledge in this motherfucking under this fitted. We have a comment. Shout out to Saber.s. Much love. I always let this show play when a new episode comes out. Been listening for over a year. Entertaining conversation and insight for real. But Animal Brown's ridiculously biased take on Frank Ocean was so fucking trash, I almost unsubscribed. No problem if you don't like him, just say that.
Thank you.
If you don't like him, just say that.
Thank you.
I'm no Frank super fan at all. Nobody is. You're not alone, Saber.
You got a whole hive.
Don't rip him with incredible disrespect when you don't even know the songs that you're trashing.
Thank you.
That's the number one behavior I look for when finding a new music podcast that keeps me listening to a second episode. Please try to avoid it in the future. It's going to be a while before I can click on another episode.
Damn.
Look here,
I hope
Sabre.
you don't miss that you're the on-decker of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the comment. We appreciate that. But let's be honest.
Now, he was honest.
No.
Yeah,
He or she. We don't know. It's Sabre.s.
I want to add on. I want to pile on since we're here.
Okay.
Before we get out of here.
For sure.
I've fielded several calls.
You filled it.
In the on-deck complaint compartment.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
what they said. Man, I can tell Chris is the one that posted that because the headlines are so biased.
What are you talking about?
I watched the show.
Your social media post.
I watched the show, and I didn't hear you one time say that he was bigger than Drake.
Exactly.
But the headline reads,
Thank
"Is
you.
Frank Ocean bigger
Bigger
than
than
Drake?"
Drake.
And it
It's just a
zooms
question.
in on Spike Loop. So the people are saying this.
It's just a question.
That you are Fox News in the headlines.
No.
And here's the
You
feedback.
New York Times in the headlines.
That's our social media person.
Oh, gotcha.
Absolutely.
They work for you.
And we all know the answer to that question. That's why the motherfuckers didn't want to answer it. Frank Ocean is nowhere near in the stratosphere as Drake. We all know that, and it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Billboard likes him.
Just say you don't like Frank Ocean.
That has nothing to do
Just
with
say you don't like
where
him.
he
Love
is in the
Drake.
stratosphere.
Love Drake.
That has nothing to do with it.
I just Amazon Primed you some knee pads.
I only speak in facts, people, not bias.
You only
What you
speak
got
in
on deck for this
Aubrey.
weekend?
I'm going to Nashville this weekend. Shout out my little cousin, man. She's graduating from the Tennessee State University.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Congrats.
So congrats to her.
Congratulations.
So I'm going to check that out, man. Y'all holler at me when I'm in the city. I'm going to holler at
Black
J-Ho
women
and try to do
continue
some
to
stuff, man.
Yeah. Black women
Cooking.
continue to be the most
Shout out
successful
black
demographic
women,
in
man.
America.
Everybody ain't qualified, man. Shout out, what's his name? Patrick Patterson. Everybody ain't qualified, bro.
Patrick Patterson.
That's
Everybody
a
not
fact.
Qualified.
The Coon Award of the century.
Everybody not qualified, bro.
Man, listen, I'm chilling this
That's a
week.
good point, actually.
I am going to catch up on some television. Irishman, I'm definitely going to
You
watch
don't
that.
say. You catch on television every week.
I know.
You
But
need
I'm
to watch
missing
that
some shit.
Watchmen. Nigga, that Watchmen
Watchmen
was
fire.
fire
Don't
last
give it
night.
away.
Yeah, I'm good. No DC. But I'm gonna check out that Irishman in a 4-part, nice little 4-part cut up.
You gonna cheat yourself, I promise.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
watch
you
that
doing-
shit
you're doing
straight
too
through.
Yourself, bro.
That's
like
bullshit.
You're cheating yourself.
No,
Like, you just
Scorsese
run-
cheated us for
just
making a
run that
4-hour-long
motherfucker-
Netflix movie.
Run that motherfucker straight to. You ain't gonna want to cut it off to the last 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie
believe
to you.
I don't believe that.
For real.
And other than that, nothing. I'm recovering from Black Friday. I spent way too much bread, so I will be in the house. What you got on deck, sir?
I'll be in H-Town this weekend, man. Houston, we have
Pull
a
up.
problem. Yes, I will be back. It's one of my favorite places. I'm going from, shout out to my boy Fig. It's his birthday. We're going to be down there hanging out.
In that thing.
Is that how they talk in Houston?
That's how you talking ATL.
Oh,
In that thing, shout
shout out to Houston
Goddamn.
too, man. Hey, Paul
Hey,
Wall
man.
and Static Selector came out. Anybody listen to that?
I don't even know
I
what
do
he
not
talking about, y'all.
believe that.
Paul Wall and Static
Paul Wall
Selector.
still make music?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
apparently
did.
so.
Make grills.
Yeah, they did come out.
What
I like
you do?
Static Selector and his, what was that, Bun B album?
That shit
Yeah,
was hard. The
I
Trill
got-
Matic.
Yeah, I got to check around this Paul Wall. I'm
Trill
not-
Static.
Mm.
No, you can skip the Paul Wall.
I'm gonna get a grill from Paul Wall.
I'll do that though. All right,
I'm
man.
definitely
Hey,
getting the bottom when I get these braces out. I'm going to get the bottom right here. Straight from Paul Wall.
Soon as Spotify send that check, I'm getting the whole 32. You
damn right.
Every mouth.
Man, we appreciate y'all checking in, being patient with us. Go to Patreon, man, in between time, between now and the next episode. Check out all of the album reviews. We got that West Side Gun up right now. We got some throwback Hove interviews up. All the hot shit that came out during the year, reviews. All the hot shit that came out during the year, we got reviews up right now. Go check that out. And youtube.com/OndeckTV podcast. Watch us and subscribe.
Well, you were sending them to the Patreon with the full 93 gas Hove interviews. Yeah, we got the Jay-Z interview over
Oh,
on
yeah,
Patreon.
my bad.
Y'all go sign up.
Yeah,
Niggas
big
is
boy
like,
cap.
what?
Motherfuckers been hot about that.
For real. When Rock Nation sending your ass a letter right now.
Woo.
Yeah, we do appreciate y'all. Everybody that signed up for the Patreon has been supporting us. It's been a great year. Y'all got to support the visuals. A couple more visual episodes to go, man, and big things up for 2020. Strong remaining 3 episodes to go. We're excited about them. Remember to buy black, and we out.
Holla.